Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Eve, and welcome back to another epic video where today maybe I stole an idea from someone. Technically, this is something that's been similarly done by a YouTuber who goes by the name of Not Evillious. And, I decided, like, hey, this was a pretty good series that they did, so I'm gonna do my own little take on it, and, give my own opinions on, Evillious Chronicles ships. Yeah, some are, fairly wholesome, while some are, downright horrific and disturbing, and should probably have not been conceived at all by a man at all. But here we are, so... Starting off with an oldie but a goodie, we have Michaela Arklow x Clairlift. Just very, it's a ship that we all know, and of course, you probably already know my, my take on these, adorably wholesome but doomed lesbians, so we're just gonna move on to Bandika Conchita x Carlos Marlon, also a good ship, it's kind of a bit of a doomed ship, but hey, at least, Carlos and Bandika have reunited, while Bandika and the crew are just, girl bossing through time and space. Then we got Nemesis Pseudo x Neo Zacto, another good ship, but also kind of doomed. But luckily, hopefully, they've been able to reunite in the 4th period. So, there's still hope for them. Then we got Brilliant x Kyle. Personally, never really too much of a fan of this one, to be honest. So I'm kind of just seeing them as, kind of exes. Because, they have been kind of planned to get married, to strengthen the alliance between Lucifenia and Marlon. So let's just move on to Michaela x Kyle or Michaela x Allen. So Michaela x Kyle, honestly, never really liked this one just because, I personally always preferred Michaela x Clarif, as I've said before. And also, Kyle was also kind of a bit douchey. But then again, he was, I think, possessed by, I'm pretty sure it was the Demon of Lust at this time, Giles Darius. As for Michaela x Allen, honestly, I can't blame you if you probably shipped this one before. I kind of have before I realized Clarif existed. It was kind of before I listened to Millennium Winglead or Daughter of White, so I never knew Clarif existed. It was always like, aw, Michaela x Allen, so cute. But yeah, if you're a newcomer, you probably shipped this one before. Hey, we've all been there. No shame about it. But then there's shipping it after learning about Clarif. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. It's a free country, at least if you live in America like me. But aside from that, I mean, it's an interesting take, but if you like it, go for it. If you think it's wholesome, go for it. But then we got KO x Gakuga. Hey, this one's a good one. Sure, for cousins, but yeah, I might probably make a video on probably potential AU that makes it so that KO and Gakuga aren't cousins, but I don't know. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I need to look a bit more into the lore first and see if I can find a little bit of a loophole to abuse. But then we got Galarian Marlon x Bruno Zero. If you ship this one, that's really fine, but I personally always kind of seen them as close friends. But, and if I, ever see a friendship that I see and, invest, there's gonna be a lot, so I'm just gonna, move past them quickly and, just say that they're friends, in my personal opinion. Then we got Ceterius x Gumina. I mean, I personally liked this one. A lot of people might think it's toxic, but, for context, the only reason why Gumina was acting a bit hostile towards him in his childhood is because his brother was planning to kill him because he thought that he had the hots for Gumina when, he, the person who wants to kill him, actually had the hots for Gumina. So Gumina tried to protect him. So that's nice. Inventors Charbim x Gumina, basically the same thing as, Charbim and Ceterius are the same person, unless you're talking about his brother Ceterius, and that's a different story. But I'll always personally referred to Charbim as Ceterius, so go figure. Then we got Brilliant Lucifindiatrich x Alan Lucifindiatrich. Go to jail or get some help if you ship this one. Again, there's also Ceterius x Lucana. I mean, It's basically the same thing as Soterius X Gumina, except I personally prefer Gumina, and also this is basically if you want to ship Gakapo X Luca. Then we have Leonhard X Miriam. I personally always thought this one would have been cute to see, but I kind of just see them as friends, and also I've never really read much about the Free Heroes, so there could be some chemistry that I'm missing. But moving on, we have Margarita X Casper. No, thank you. I do not like this ship. Fuck you, Casper. There's Michelle X Amostia. Somehow this works. But it also kind of feels like an excuse to ship Lenku, which, hey, fair enough, man. Len X Miku can be interpreted as cute. I personally see it as an okay ship. But yeah, Michelle X Amostia kind of works. I like it. Moving on. Aluka X Kirill. Yes, love this one. Good one. Same goes with Meta X Pale. Yes, love it. Soterius X Karches. No chemistry scene there. I don't know where you got that, but then again, a lot of people like shipping enemies to lovers. Like in Demon Slayer, there's a ship that I heard of where it's the main villain of the series. I forgot his name, but he's like the demon boss X Tanjiro. Yeah, for some reason that exists. Moving on, we got Soterius Venomania X Galarian Marlon. Basically just wanting to make a gay ship with the two sinners. And you also like Gakapo X Kaido. Fair enough, I guess, but I never really seen this one. Then there's Annex Arf. Good one. It's a good ship. Good ship. I like it. Kiel X Mikina. Yes, like it. Lich X Cedar. Okay. I guess I can see it. It's kind of like, a more edgier version of the Mikhail X Cleriff shippers. Fair enough. Okay, then we got Lemmy X Rinchan. If you like this one, fair enough. I personally can see it, but I mean, they always seems like friends, but I guess fair enough. Lich X Seth. I've never read Lichgate's or Lichgate X Outlaw, whatever it's called, but I don't think they've ever really interacted aside from that book, so can't really give any opinion on this, sorry. Then there's Germaine Avadonia X Rillian Moshe. I don't think they've ever really interacted too much aside from after the revolution, with Kyle, becoming a tyrant. But I guess they've been more of acquaintances in my eyes. And now for a ship that is actually confirmed by Mafi. Mafi actually confirmed this one to be canon. It's stated that this is the only canon ship in this, aside from, ones that are already canon, like Annex Arf, Kiel X Makina. That being Rillian Lucifen Diotrich. If you ship this, then you are the winner of Evillious Chronicles. You have won. You have won the entirety of it. You have your golden trophy, or you are immediately the smartest person in the entirety of the lore, and you can figure out what the fuck is going on in Wordplay and Rebirth Day. Moving on, we have basically a bunch of poly ships, which I'm just going to mesh into one. Those being Lucana Octo X Mikulia Greenio, Shartite Langley X Germaine of Adonia, and the Free Heroes. They're basically all poly ships. They're kind of just, they're basically really just friends in my eyes. Aside from Lucana X Mikulia, there might be some gay stuff going on there, but who knows. Then we have Aluka Clockworker / Levia Beresol X Gumilia. This is basically if you want some gay witches. Weirdest line I've ever said out of my mouth. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on from this one. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this one. But if you like it, then it's fine. Then we got more of an enemy ship that is always been like, could it happen? Could it not happen? I don't know. This one's a bit weird to me. A ship has never made me question, the existence of an IP more. That being Eve Moonlit ex Meta Salmholfer. I'm just going to move on from this one as it kind of racks my brain. Then we got a bit of a weirder one, which is William Moshe ex Yukina Freezus. I've always kind of seen him as friends, as I'm pretty sure William is twice Yukina's age, I think. I don't know, but I kind of see him as friends, and I think their friendship is cute. I like it, but the ship not so much. Moving on, we have a similar one, which is a bit more, which is basically the edgy version of William Moshe ex Yukina. That being Adam Moonlit ex Seth Twilight. I mean, hasn't Adam always seen Seth as his father? That's kind of a bit weird. We'll see a ship similar to this down the line, and spoilers, it's a bit dark, what I'm about to say, but it includes Lemmy Abelard. Think you already know what I mean, but moving on. This is actually kind of a more original ship that was not in any of Not Evillious videos, which is kind of something that I've always kind of thought of, after, I started planning out this video. I'm sure people have probably shipped this before, but I'm just going to claim the credit for now, as I've never really seen this ship elsewhere. We have Irina Clockworker ex Seth Twilight, the two parental figures of Adam Moonlit, going into a random bedroom, and they're just fucking. Moving on. Probably not a great ship anyways, but moving on, we have a Gumicest ship, Gumilia ex Gumina. I mean, I'm pretty sure that when it came to Michaela deciding what her human body would look like, it was basically when she saw Eve for the first time. I think there's kind of the same thing that happened here. Yes, it's been confirmed by Mafi in the book that Gumilia based her design off of Gumina when she first saw her, but Michaela was like, damn, bro, this chick kind of hot. And then there was Gumilia, whom I'm pretty sure in canon was like, hey, that's an interesting design for a human. But in this ship, it's probably Gumilia also had the same reaction as Michaela, where she was like, damn, that chick kind of hot. Moving on. I guess it's an okay ship. Moving on. We got Lencest. We got Hansel Salmholfer / Moonlit, whatever you want their last name to be, Exal and Avedonia. I'm pretty sure the only time those two have ever interacted in the series was during the 7 Crimes and Punishments timeline, where Hansel was basically guiding Alan throughout the destroyed third period to see the sinners at the request of Sickle. I mean, basically, Hansel was just a tour guide, being like, hey, welcome to the world you once knew, except now it's fucked. Moving on. We got Alan X Chartet. Okay, they're just friends, and also, Chartet is twice his age. Moving on. Nay Exalin. Another friendship, to be honest. Now we're getting into some ships that are a bit more controversial. These first few might be a bit, less controversial, but trust me, it's gonna get very fucked in the ass in a bit. Starting with Seth Twilight ex Held. I'm not gonna say Held's last name because I don't know if I'll ever be able to pronounce it. Really, I don't think those two have really ever interacted that much, to be honest. Maybe they have. I personally don't know. Again, I've never read Outlaw X Lichgate. I've actually never read any of Evillious book, if I'm being honest. Because they're all in Japanese. And I'm too lazy to go online and find an English translation. But anyways, then we got Levia X Behimo. It's basically Barisal Cest. But luckily without Rahab. Yeah. I mean, I personally saw them more as siblings, since that was kind of their literal dynamic in the series. Plus, Levia was like, yeah, hey, this is my brother this is my brother Behemoth. We are totally blood related, and he did not create me inside of a computer system. Anyways, then we got basically Bear Assault Twins XF Twilight. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't really think they've ever really interacted that much. I actually kind of don't know. They probably have. I think it was like Levia who talked to Seth before and Seth was like, hey, if you want to be cured of your hereditary evil razor syndrome, kill your brother. This was also kind of before Levy and Behemoth used the guise of siblings to board climb one, so probably didn't refer to Behemoth as brother, but you get what I mean. Moving on. I don't personally don't really have an opinion on this, if I'm being honest. We got Platonic Expanica. So when they first met, while Platonic was raiding the Conchita mansion, Conchita was like, oh wow, what an adorable intruder you are. I'm pretty sure she just refers to everyone as adorable, so it's not like, it was reserved for this one person in specific. But I'm pretty sure in the video, in the not Evillious video, one person decided to, be like, hey, let's take this line completely out of context, switch it on its head, and make these two chicks fuck each other in a fanfic for laughs. I guess I can see it, but not really. But this is what I cannot see for the life of me, and it's probably the first, probably actually not too great one, aside from a bunch of others that have come before in this video. Platonic X Paulo. I'm not going to say too much about this, but it's basically, and it actually kind of is, the equivalent to Eve Moonlit X Hansel Moonlit. Moving on, RX Paulo, they're siblings. That's all I'm going to say. Then we have the Mystica Polycule. It's a polyship of Lillian Turner x Lucana Bersel x Raji Assad. I probably butchered that last guy's name, my bad. They're really just friends in the books, and honestly, credit to the creator of this for remembering that Lillian and Rajesh, I'm just going to call him Rajesh, sorry to anyone who's offended by that. Yeah, pretty crazy that they remember that these two existed. But moving on, I can see them as friends, but I guess maybe this could happen, I don't know. Chartet x Leonhardt. Honestly, this one's not too bad. It's at least legal, because Chartet and Leonhardt are the same age. And Chartet could also have, the bragging rights of being like, hey, Alan, I fucked your father figure. So I guess that would be a funny ship for the laughs. But moving on, Chartet x Nay. They probably interact, and actually I think, yeah, they probably interacted before. I'm pretty sure they did somewhere. Just this is kind of a mess, so I'm just gonna be like, can't really see it. They're probably just friends. But moving on, we have Kyle x Allen. Pretty sure the only time these two have ever interacted was after the revolution. Well, Alan was locked in a jail cell. Make of that what you will. Moving on, Anaex Clarif. I can't see this one at all. I'm pretty sure if Clarif ever met Nay, she would beat the shit out of her for killing Michaela. Moving on. Alan Avidonia ex Asan. So if you don't know who Asan is, yeah, it's basically this minor character in the Pride arc, who's, of course he's a minor character, so pretty sure many people don't know if this guy even exists. It's a miracle that this shipper even knew that this guy existed. But Hassan, I'm pretty sure, I think his brother was a prime minister who spoke out against Rillian and was thus executed. And then Hassan was like, hey man, you killed my brother, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And when attempted to assassinate Rillian, only to be disarmed by Alan and later executed. I think that not Evillious sums this ship up pretty well, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Irina x Eluka. It's basically like a major slap in the face to Kirill because his sister, who wants to sleep with him, and his fiance, who also wants to sleep with him, decide to just fuck each other and leave him in the dust. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure the shipper was like, okay, I think that the entirety of the Moss survival storyline would have gone a lot better without too many deaths if Irina and Elika just fucked each other. Then we have, moving on, we have Banica x Rillian. I don't think they've ever interacted with each other, aside from in Rillian's childhood when the demon of gluttony, Banica, was going to make a demon contract with her and spirit her, like in fucking Yokai Watch. Yeah, I don't think I can't really see this one aside from that, to be honest. Then there's Garrick Satarius, basically Galarian or Karchesek Satarius, but the shipper liked to add him a lot more. Yeah, basically sums my view up on this ship. Moving on, we got the calm before the storm, an actually good ship before a fucking shit show. We have Gumilia x Michaela. Honestly, I can see this one. I mean, not where the storyline's really going, but before, the destruction of the first and second period and shit like that, I could definitely see this one because, for a matter of fact, before the fucking third period and her shenanigans, Gumilia and Michaela were a thing. But back then, Gumilia went by the name Michael Arklow, because this was during the first and second period times before the start of the third period. But then after Hers outbreak and destruction and Decline 1 crash, Michael was like, yeah, okay, so this Gumilia person, sorry man, but I've never met you in my life. Both Gumilia and Michaela forgot their relationship, and then, Michaela was like, oh, hey, I'm with this Clarif person now, and now I'm pretty sure there's, 0 chances of those two getting back together. So, they're doomed. Not really lesbians, because this was before Michaela turned into a woman. But, yeah, aside from that, I could definitely see this ship happening, if Clarif just never existed. Moving on, we got a major fucking shit show. When I said that Lemmy Abelard will come back? Well, he's back. These final 3 ships are going to be the bane of your existence and any Evillious Chronicles shipper's existence ever. Starting with a tame one, but still not a great one, Margarita Blankenheim x Lemmy Abelard. So, I don't think those two have ever interacted aside from Pierre Noel, where Margarita was deferred sleep princess and Lemmy was fifth period. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but whatever. Perot. Pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. But then again, I don't think they've really ever interacted since Pierre Noel's not like this, major clubhouse where it's you're all talking about, what you're gonna do to fuck the world up or whatever. So, no thank you, man. Gets a 0 out of 10 for me. But then we got a worse one. This is where things start to get really fucked up. Uzette x Lemmy Abelard. So Uzette was kind of like a minor character who also played the role of Seventh Magician in Pure Noel, and was also responsible for Rinchan changing her appearance to that more suitable of Rillian. But yeah. Apparently there was a fanfic that was featured in Not Evillious video, and basically the premise of it is necrophilia. And considering what happens to Uzette in the storyline, no thank you. So moving on to the worst one, the pinnacle of trash. I have not seen a worse ship ever in my life, aside from in the Danganronpa community. More specifically, Ultra Despair Girls. Make of that what you will. It's Julia Abelard x Lemmy Abelard. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so a lot of people are trying to justify this ship and being like, no, you see, yeah, sure, Lemmy thinks that Julia is his mother, but it's not his biological mother. Bitch, that doesn't make it any fucking better. Lemmy still sees this woman as his mother, and so he's just gonna, think that this is normal. And also, Lemmy is like a 12-year-old boy, and Julia's like fucking 30. Or whatever age Jermaine was before being inspirited by Irina or whatever. But, yeah, whatever, man. Cool, yeah, great ship, man, great ship. So this is a grim way to end off the video, because Julia X Lemmy's not a ship that I ever want to make canon in the foreseeable future. And now, I'm sure that a lot of you are spamming in the comments right now. What about Adam X Eve? Good question. I've already made a video on my channel before. It's a very old one from my old channel where I made an AU about, what if Adam and Eve weren't siblings? And that's where I talked about the ship a lot. So, if you want to hear my voice talking about this ship, then number one, I accidentally unplugged my phone for some reason. That's weird. And number two, just search up, my Evillious Chronicles videos. God, I'm burping a lot. And before I end off this video, I'm sure that Lemmy X Julia is leaving a sour taste in your mouth. So I want to talk about something that's fairly related to both of those characters. No, it's not incest. It's pure Noel. I've kind of been thinking for a while, I've been researching a lot of the Evillious Chronicles lately after, I started listening to Vocaloid music, and I was like, it would be cool to do a video on pure Noel. So, I might do that in the future, but not today. Today I'm talking about cursed Evillious ships. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and, as always, bye-bye. Also, fuck you, Casper.